And these are the typhoon scales which I have explained to you. Okay, this is the number of typhoon arriving Taipei, Taiwan. Okay? So, all together, look at this. This is an incredible record, although it's a simple graph. This is a 100-year record of typhoon record in Taiwan. This is, I think, this is like the 国宝级 record in the world, because in different parts of the world, you do not have such a complete record of typhoon record. Okay, this is 100 record from 1997 to 1996. Okay, and this was compiled by a person called Mr. Wang from the Central Weather Bureau, where we went last week. Although we didn't see the guy, he's almost 90 years old. He is, how do I say, 国宝, national treasure, a living treasure in Taiwan. Why? He spent his life, 70 years of his life, collecting, summarizing all this typhoon information and create this database for the country. And he was a forecaster, and he still goes as a consultant. So he is someone who devoted his life to collect all this data. So you look at this data, actually it's a lifetime work, a valuable data set of the world, okay? Because you have 100-year record of typhoon. So it tells you which months, statistically, which months typhoon will come. Usually come in August. Okay, 31% come in August. And you have 23% come in September, 24% come in July. Sometimes it can come in April, 1%. Rarely, okay? But sometimes it does come in this November, okay? So these are the the numbers, the frequency. Okay, this is the trajectory where usually, okay, again from this 100-year-old record, 13% come through the north to this track, and 11% come to the central part, and 10% come to the south. And 10% will just pass by Taiwan without the eye length and go north, okay? And 15% will go China directly. But most of the time, the ones which goes to Taiwan will encounter Taiwan first. So the typhoon will already be much weakened before it hit China. And Hong Kong is somewhere here. So these are the various trajectories. Okay. So each year we have 3 to 4 typhoons. This coming to Taiwan, okay? And then this is landfall locations, detailed landfall locations. For example, Yilan or Hualien or Taitung or whatever. This is landfall locations, okay? And this is rainfall distribution. Usually in the mountainside it will be enhanced. That's why, and also because typhoons, maybe it's due to the global warming, the typhoon rain is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So it is quite, scientists are suggesting do not live near the mountainside now, because the mountains cannot take so much rain as before, because you are having record-breaking rains. We are always having record-breaking rain. Yes?
So do you think that because of the global warming, the 70 to 80 magic number will just bump up to 800 or just?
Good question. Yes. Because there are some climate simulations. The tropical cyclone, the number will reduce. But they will reduce and turn into more intense one, which means you have less weaker storms. And the ones who remains are the stronger ones. This is from the climate model prediction. Very good question, yes. But, because climate model are predictions. So, but many climate models are suggesting that the total number will reduce, but they tend to get more intense. Yes?
As global warming increases, will the range of areas that are affected by the typhoon increase? Because there's more warmer oceans now, that places that used to be cold.
Okay. Okay. At the moment, this is still not conclusive. Okay. But many results are showing that it will go very heterogeneous, which means less uniform. It will go to two extremes. In the dry area, it tends to be even drier. In the raining area, it tends to be even heavier rains. So it can be very unevenly distributed. So it does not mean it means some local area may receive double, triple the rain. Okay? So all the land, for example, like urban development, land development, they have to encounter these future scenarios into their preparation already. Okay. Any question? Okay. Now, so this is the time called 共伴机制, when the typhoon came with a northeast monsoon, usually happen in the autumn. When the typhoon, remember typhoon are tropical systems, came from here. But during the autumn time, they are wind coming from the north. So they will join together and make very intense rain at the northern Taiwan. Okay? So this can happen, okay? And again, this is how many times. Usually in the August, we have most number of cyclones encountering Taiwan, okay? And again, this is the typhoon structure. So you can see that the typhoon structure, you have an eye here, you have eye wall, the strongest wind, and very heavy rain, convection here, and convection here. But this is the most convective rain. And these are the airs exchange, which give energy from ocean to typhoons. Okay? So the definition we have shared with you. So now I would like to show it to you a DVD, which is from, have you heard of 追风计划 Dot Star? You have? Okay, some people may have, some people may not, okay? In order to understand tropical cyclones, let me first introduce to you how does the scientist understand tropical cyclone, because ultimately we need to make better predictions. How do we do it, right? So we need to have data to put into the models, computer models, to make better forecasts. But usually on the ocean, we depend on the satellite, but we still need very detailed structured data, tropical strong data, for understanding the typhoon structure. So we need to have airplane flying into typhoons, or at the peripheral of typhoons. So you have so this is American. There are 3 planes flying into typhoon. What do? They send these parachutes. They open a hole. They drill a hole. Of course, professionally, they drill a hole on the airplane, and then they send out these parachutes, which to help to understand the typhoon structure, because we want to improve our knowledge, to improve typhoon forecast, given such a huge damage, okay? So usually they can go this way. So it flies into the typhoon eye, so this is very scary, very dangerous action. But this is done regularly in America for Atlantic storms.
They can fly above the storm.
Yes. But sometimes they fly above the storm. Sometimes the convective area is higher than prediction, because sometimes it shoots really high up, so it becomes very bumpy, real bumpy. And sometimes they fly into the eye of storm, it's really calm. And once they go up, it's very bumpy rain. So it can be anyway, it is very exciting. So to collect all this data. But these are the current efforts for tropical cyclone research here. So here, usually this is done this is Gulf of Mexico. Okay, this is America. Usually this is surveyed there, but in the Pacific now, we started this program called 追风计划. We started this 追风计划, working with American scientists. We have an airplane, first one in the Western Pacific, then in America. So currently, when this project started, there were only 2 countries in the world doing such surveillance. One is America, one is Taiwan. Okay, but now Japan last year joined together. Japan joined 4 years later, last year, and then China started to consider joining, and Korea. So this airplane will fly around typhoon, not entering typhoons, to drop these, called drop sound, this little parachute. What does this parachute do? You fly around typhoons, you open you will shoot down, you open a hole here, then you press a button, you shoot, and you have a sensor here collecting the data. This is the sensor. So it will collect data of temperature, humidity, wind, all the way down to the ocean. And some can go into the ocean, continuously measuring the ocean structure, okay? So, this is the introduction. So this is my colleagues. Sometimes you saw them from 7-Eleven. They are professors in atmospheric scientists right next door. My colleagues. They are the one who conducted this project called Don't Star, and they work with American scientists. So this is inside the airplane, research airplane. How they do it? So this is the hole. So this is the hole. They will put this parachute, this device in. Each costs $3,000 US. Yes, but it's cheaper than the damage of typhoon because you need to have this data. So once they go to the area, you put it in, and then you can have this is during construction. Then you can do the measure. So this is during the building. This is an aircraft. It's a Hanxiang. Then they usually fly in the summer. Okay. So I would like to show it to you. This film by National Geography. Actually, it's very recent. National Geography came to film this operation together with the operation last year in 2008. There are 4 airplanes flying a cyclone with American airplane and Japan airplane together. So this is a special film which will show to you all how current modern tropical cyclone scientists are doing research and what are the issues to understand, okay? By burning of the coal, okay? So these all contribute to the pollution. So this is universal. So the beginning is from combustion, from the fire. The beginning is from human need to consume the fire, okay? And of course, it's much enhanced by the Industrial Revolution. Very much enhanced by Industrial Revolution. This was New York. Anybody from New York? Okay. So this is the world we live now, LA. Anybody from LA? On a hazy day. Okay? And this will mix with rain and become what? Do you know? Acid rain. And later I will show you a data. You know how what's the acidity of the LA rain? It's like lemon juice. Yes, as acid as lemon juice. But our Taipei is not so much better. It's tomato juice. It's true. I can show it to you. The data. If you go for, this pollution is true. It's damaging. And then you have NOx. All these pollutions. NOx. These are the sulfide and what's this? Carbon monoxide, CO. You know, when you do suicide, you do this. Sorry. No, sorry. This affect lungs. So this affective, and you have mercury affect kidneys and liver. So you have all these particles. These are aerosol particles. They are how they become aerosols. They are from the factories, and these emitted to the atmosphere, then combined with rain, with the water and the air molecule, they form aerosols. Okay? And the problem with aerosols is that because once you go, you don't want pollution to go to atmosphere. Why? Once it go to atmosphere, it can travel. It will travel to different parts of the world. Okay? So these become damaging. So these affect health. So this is a very severe, current, universally important issue globally, okay? And this is asthma, okay? In Chinese, asthma. So this affects the health. And, okay, this one. This is an American baby, okay? This is a story, not story. This is a news report about what? When you have lead in the blood, it will damage the brain for the children. So this is there's a million U.S. babies were damaging. They found there's a hazard to the brain because you have lead in the blood. How can you have lead in the blood? You want to make a guess?
Paint chip.
Huh?
Paint chip.
Paint chip, yes, painting. And more. Fertilizers, more?
Actually breathing the normal like traffic air.
Yes.
Leaded gasoline.
Leaded gasoline. That's the main. Who say that? Yes. Yes, leaded gasoline. Exactly. That was the most damaging. Leaded gasoline. Leaded gasoline, because leaded gasoline will go to the aerosols, so it will become environmental toxic. It will go into the system of the adult and the babies. Okay? So this is the record of Taiwan. This is the blue is to use the leaded gasoline. This is 1989. When I was still in NTU as a student, like you all, we were still using a leaded gasoline. And it dropped considerably because there was a penalty involved. So there was a policy involved. So it went down. But you can tell this is the lead concentration in the newborn babies. Okay, this is in 1986. There was a lot of much higher lead concentration in the newborn baby's blood. But you guys were born in I think you guys are these ones, right? So this, you are smarter, you have much less lead. I think you guys contribute to this sample, it's true. This is 1990s. The baby born in 1991. So you guys are smart babies, okay? Because you do not have this environmental lead. So there was a reduction of lead through the policy control, okay? So I would like to show it to you. There are a number. Of course, it will damaging, it will affect visibility, air pollution. You will see, this is Pittsburgh in America. These are the same street. One under a clear sky, you can see this building. One under invisible day. You can see the contrast. This building has become like a...
Very far away.
Yes, so it's the same thing, just different in the air quality. You have one rain, it will be different. Okay? When you have rain washed down, the air quality will be changed dramatically. And I would like to show it to you. This is dust storm. So this is about the air, the pollution, but in the atmosphere we can also have dust storm. So for example, like this. This is dust storm. I don't know, Jia Lili, you feel the same way? This is in China. Dust storm. They call it black storm. It is very scary event. It's actually, and usually during how does a dust storm form? First, you need to have dust. The recipe for making dust storm, you need to have two things. First, you need to have dust, of course. Secondly, you need to have strong wind. You need to have a storm develop. So you need to have a good atmospheric condition, usually a low pressure system, which is able to stir the storm to the atmosphere. And you want to make a guess, how far can the dust storm go? Say for example, in Asia you have a dust storm from Mongolia and a few desert, the big desert in the western China. Where can this dust storm travel? How far? California. Yes, across the ocean, California. More? Actually, the strongest one can go to East Coast America. It can travel thousands. Let me show it to you. This is how intense. This is an event in 2001. It's called a perfect dust storm, okay? So it happened. This is a real event. This is, we are here, somewhere here, Taiwan here. This is China. The dust outbreak in Dunhuang, you know Dunhuang, right? And the 4th of April, it started here. You can see the dust front. Then it went up, because this, once it went up, it can take a jet stream, atmospheric jet stream. It can travel really quickly. Then it went to the eastern part of China. Then it went to Japan, Korea, cross the Pacific, going to the California, and this is NASA headquarters in Baltimore, near Maryland. This is East Coast. So it travels, takes 12 days. Okay, so not all dust storm can travel that far, but it can if it goes really high up. Okay, so this is what the dust look like in the photograph. Then you can see this layer. It can shoot really high up. Then once it's high up, you can go with a jet stream in the atmosphere. It can travel so far. Okay, so these are the different events, and here I want to show it to you, the transportation. Okay, this is the transportation of, let me show you the transportation of dust storm. Let me see. This is the transportation of dust storm. So you see, when the dust outbreak starts, this is every hour. Then you can see it propagate. Taiwan is still very clean. Do not feel the dust storm. But you can see it started to go to Korea. It passed by Eastern China, Japan. Okay, it propagates, and sometimes a branch may come to Taiwan. This is a time when the EPA warned us about dust storm. This is the time. Okay, but we are receiving much less intense storms, dust storms. Okay, so, and this one is the pollution from the Eastern China. You can see, because it's like the factory of the world. You have all this pollutants. It will be transported to different parts of the world. And you can see that currently there's a big project talking about the mercuries. Some people, scientists are suggesting, because of the mercury emission in China, it may cover 50% of the world mercury transport around the world to transported through the atmosphere. Okay, so you can take a look at, this is a satellite image. I should blow it up for you to see. Satellite images. Taiwan is here. So you can see this is called aerosol optical thickness, how much aerosols is in the air column. You can see these are the major pollutant here is China. Eastern China, you can see these very high value. They are an order higher than Taiwan. Taiwan is about 0.3, they are about 1 to 2. So very severe aerosol loading here. And you can see the contrast between the West and Eastern China. Okay, and this is Chongqing, the major cities. And these pollutants will be transported with the northeast monsoon wind to Taiwan. You can see these pollutants will be transported here. So, this time of the year, during the winter and spring, are the worst time. The air quality is the worst in Taiwan because the air blows from north. So it can come with the pollution. The pollution are brought from China to Taiwan. But during the summertime, because the wind changes, the wind, you have the monsoon wind. So, let me show it to you. During the summertime, you have, say during the August and July. During August and July, you see, this is the cleanest time of Taiwan. Because why? You have the air flowing from the ocean. From the ocean, south, you see you have the southwest monsoon. So during that time, the air will be the cleanest, okay? Of course. Then the source, the polluted air from China will not be able to come because the wind direction does not match. Okay? So, but of course, Taiwan also had local pollutions, but amount is not as comparable as this called long-range transport. So recently there's a demonstration in Hong Kong. I do not know whether you heard of this news. Many housewives decided to have a demonstration. They brought a baby cart. The purpose of demonstration to have a clean air for the baby. So every housewife, many housewives brought a baby cart and then demo on the street, protesting they want to have a fresh air. So, but it's really no point because they have to control the neighbors' pollution. So they really have to protest it also to the neighbor, because even with local you have improved a little bit, but with it, because atmosphere you do not have, you cannot 至少mention here, you cannot only control your own pollution. You have to watch over the neighbors as well.
Yeah, I've been trying like last several years the air is underground.
Yes, so but you know, actually this I also feel sorry because they are doing industrial because of economic growth. So this is like something happening 200 years ago in England, in Europe, in America. This is the way, this is also a very difficult thing to judge, because they also have right to live a better life, you see. You know, we also, in Taiwan 40 years ago is the same thing. We have so much pollution because everybody has right to choose a better life. So this is something is difficult to judge what is right, what is wrong, and also this is linking with the global warming issue. Okay, so so towards the end, let me show you a little bit about the acid rain, the damage of acid rain. Okay, what acid rain will do is once it drops, it can affect this. Have you eaten the lembu fruit? Yes, wax apple in Taiwan, a very special fruit in Taiwan. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is called 黑金刚, Black King Kong. It's very expensive, maybe 100 NT each or something like that. Special wax apple. But this year, 2004, it does not. It cannot grow. It cannot bear fruit. Why? It was acidity in the soil, associated with acid rain. So you can see the interrelationship between the human pollution, which go to the atmospheric system and drop down as acid rain, which make the soil acid, increase acidity of the soil, so it makes the fruit, affect the fruit. And if you have statue, okay, then people are talking about this, whether this is related. We don't know yet. This is still under investigation. And of course, this is the final. Chinese people, we like to have this 石狮子, right? When you have acid rain, you can see the contrast. Before and after. This before and after. When you have acid rain, you have this 石狮, stone lions. Usually you show like an emperor will show, you will build in the National Palace Museum. It's a Chinese symbol to show the authority and so on. But you can see, because of acid rain, basically they have no more teeth. You can see it's hollow inside already. The teeth, the stone lion. So this is how acid rain can affect. This is in Europe. This is a statue. In Germany, Herten. Have you been?
No.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, this is supposed to be a statue in Germany. This was before. This is after. The impact of acid rain, you don't see it. This is after 60 years of acid rain impact. Okay, so I will end here. This is the. Do you have any question about the aerosols? We briefly mentioned about this pollution, and this become a universal issue for the world, global.
Yeah, right now there are quite a few scientists who believe, contradictory to the mainstream, that maybe CO2 pollution affected from the humans has nothing to do with global warming, because there were times where the CO2 concentration in the air was like 100 times higher, and yeah, there are also natural circles of warm periods and cold periods. So what is your personal opinion to that?
Okay, my personal opinion is, I think it is happening. My personal opinion, because there are many evidences showing the increase of CO2. Let me show it. Because there are many data temperature data. Have you seen the Inconvenient Truth, the film from Al Gore? Anyway, there are many data actually. I personally think they are natural cycle, definitely. Natural cycle also play a part. But whatever we're experiencing is both natural cycle and human cycle together. So you need to account both effects. But definitely the human factors are making an impact. Because there are many evidence. You see the polar ice cap melting and so on. So I personally do think there are more and more evidence suggesting the increase. And the increase of temperature is observed. This is no dispute that the temperature has been increased by more than a degree, global average. This is by observation. Of course, if you had the natural processes, you can bring the temperature down. For example, sun activity and so on. But the human activity will make it goes up. So it depends on the natural forces and the human forces. So it is, I personally believe, yes. We are sharing with international students, which is on the 19th of December. So if you feel you would like to participate in this event, please collect the flyer and you can register with the TA. And so there will be international food to share and give exchange. So that we hope that you will feel more welcome in Taiwan. Then we are not so cold-blooded people, although we do not celebrate Christmas. So please collect it if you have time. Okay, so you are dismissed.